Hi, in this video I want to teach you how to make this hoodie. It's very easy to make. It's all done in crochet, and here is the list of material you're gonna need to make it. To make this hood or hat, it's more a hood than a hat. This is the yarn I'm gonna use. It's from Loops and Thread Impeccable. It's medium 4, 100% acrylic. It has 128 grams or 245 meters, and the color is true gray. And this is the one of the yarn that I bought on sale. You're gonna need scissors and tapestry needle to lose your tails, and the crochet hook is the 5.5 millimeters, and you're gonna need a cardboard to do your tassels or a pom-pom, whatever you want to make. I'm gonna make a tassel. So from here, this border to here, I measure 15 centimeters long. So when I wrap around my yarn around that I cut it here, the length gonna be from here to here, or the half gonna be 15. So I think this is gonna be a little bit too long for me, but I will cut them. It's better to cut them than make them too short. So let's start making our hood. To know the length of the chain that you're gonna do, you have to measure it on yourself or the person that you're gonna do this for by measuring from the base of the neck to the crown of the head. That's the length. I'm gonna do mine. I will let you know how many chain I will do for an adult. If you want to do this for kids, you have to measure in your own kids, because I don't have kids here to give you the measuring for. So that you have to do on your own, but the measuring you will do it by measuring from the base of the neck to the crown. I'm gonna start with a slip knot. And I wanted to mention, if you like my nails, I started doing a small tutorial each time I do my nails, because I get a lot of compliment how I do my nails. And I started doing that, and here you're gonna see an eye, and you click on there, and that will be the link for the video and how to do these pretty nails. So you're gonna, after you do your slip knot, you're gonna do your chain. I'm gonna do around 30 chains, and I'm gonna measure it, and I'll let you know if 30 is enough for the size that I want. I had to make 35 chains because 30 wasn't enough, and like this is how I measure mine on my head. So that's the way that you have to get the proper size for the person that you're making this for, okay? And for me it was 35. After you finish doing your 35 chain, or the amount of chain that you need for yours, you're gonna chain 3, and you're gonna go to the 5th chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And why I went to number 5 is because the number 4 here is chain number 35. The 3 chain are on top of that first or number 35 chain. That counts as the first double crochet. Now if I do 1 double crochet in each chain space, I will have 35 double crochet. So I'll meet you here when I have my 35 double crochet. Here I have my 35 double crochet in that side of the chain. Now I want to do 35 more in the other side of the chain, plus the 3 that I'm gonna do here to turn my work around. The stitch that I want to do for this hoodie is multiple 5 plus 3. The amount of stitch that I want to finish the border with. So we have to make sure that each time we increase at the end, we will have that result of multiple 5 plus 3. For mine, I want to do it around 83 or 88 stitches at the end. So here, after I done my 35, in that same space I'm gonna do 3 more double crochet. and at the same time I'm gonna lose that tail. And 3. Now in that same space I'm gonna do my first of 35. That's 1. And the next one, and that little strand is yarn, you're gonna do your next one. And like that you're gonna continue until you have your 35. So then 35 and 35 is 70, and 3 is 73. So if I'm gonna do this of 83, I will have to increase 10 stitches. If I'm gonna do it of 88, I will have to increase 15. Once you finish the other side, it will look like this. And now you're gonna chain 3. Turn your work around. Now you decide here if you want to work the front strand of yarn or the back strand of yarn in this row. So you can work this one here or the one in the back. I'm gonna work the one in the front. Or you can go through both. And I'm working in the front and the top one, this one here. I don't know if you can see it. You see you have 2, one in here and one in the back. I'm working this one. And you're gonna go all the way around without any increase. And it will look like this in the other side, in the right side. And this in the inside. Once you finish that row, you're gonna chain 3. And it's gonna look like this. So the first increase I'm gonna do, instead to do it in the bottom, I'm gonna do it here in the top because I want this a little bit bigger. Maybe I had to do, instead of 83 in total, I will have to do 88. You know that I'm designing as I go, so and thinking that I may have to do a few more increase. Okay. So now you will decide if you want to work in the front strand or in the back strand. Again, I'm gonna work in the front. And that is 2, 3. I'm gonna continue until I have 36 double crochet. And I start to look like this. Once you have your 36 double crochet and number 37, you're gonna do an increase of 3 double crochet in the same space. And now you're gonna work on the other side and you're gonna do your other 36 double crochet. It'll be like this. When you finish that row number 3, it will look like this. And now I'm gonna chain 3. Turn my work around. Now we're gonna do an increase in here in the bottom part. So in that same space of the chain 3, I'm gonna do a double crochet. And then now 1 double crochet in each space until I get to the last one, where I'm gonna do 2 double crochet at the end. And if you did the increases right, you will have 76 double crochet plus that increase there, 77, and the increase at the end, that will be 78. And still I'm working in that same front strand of yarn. I have the last one left, and it's the increase. So I'm gonna do 1 and 2. And it looks like this. Now I'm gonna chain 3. I'm gonna do a double crochet on top of each double crochet until I get to the center, where I'm gonna do my last increase of 3. So again, I'm gonna work in one strand of yarn. And the good thing about this piece that is reversible, gonna be almost the same in both ends, except in the border they're gonna be a little bit different, but you can wear it both ways. So I'm gonna do double crochet until I get to the center. I am in the center and I'm gonna do my 3 increase, 1, 2, and 3, and I'm gonna continue working 1 double crochet in each space until the end, and it's gonna start to look like this. This is what the piece look like after I finish row number 5. Now I'm gonna work off camera, and you have to make sure that your stitches are multiple of 5 plus 3. So no matter how amount of increases you do, at the end you have to have that for the border. So even if you have to increase in the bottom and the top, it's up to you. Right now my increase will be here in row number 6 in the bottom. But if I found that I have to do 1 in the top of 3, I will do it. As long when I get to the top of my ear, I have multiples of 5 plus 3. That's the length that you're going to work till you're on top of your ear. From the ears forward, we're going to do the border. So that's why when you get to that part, you have to do stitches multiple of 5 plus 3. Either you have 63, 68, 73, 78, 83, 88, 93, 98. It's up to you, you know, how big you want this piece. Okay, as long as you get to the top of the ear with multiple of 5 plus 3. So I will gonna work off camera and I will let you know, oh, I did all my increasing in the bottom, or I did 1 in the top and row such and such. So I'll meet you here when I have my desired length. Something that I want to mention about the increase is that so far we be increasing 3 in the top in 1 row, and then the next row we increase in the bottom but not in the top. So once you stop increasing in the top, that row that you're supposed to increase in the top, you're gonna do without any increases. So you will have to do 1 increase in the bottom in 1 row, and in the next row you don't gonna do any increase. In the next row again, you're gonna do an increase in the bottom. I just wanted to make sure that you understand the piece so far. Here I've done 9 rows so far, and my last increase was in row number 8. Row number 9, no increase. So now I have to increase in row number 10. I already have my 83 stitches, but it's not long enough, and I don't want to go just straight like that. I want to continue in an angle, so I had to increase 5 more. And if I increase 2 at a time, I will be missing 1 stitch, and I don't want to increase 3 in the top by itself. So what I'm gonna do is in row number 10, I will increase 1 in the beginning and 1 at the end. So I'll be missing 3 stitches. Row number 11, I don't gonna do any increase. And then in row number 12, I'm gonna do the last increases. That will be 1 in the beginning, 1 in the center, and 1 at the end, and that will give me my 88 stitches that I need, and that will be in row number 12. Here I finished my row number 12, and I finished with a row of increase, and this one covered my ears, so that's perfect. And now I'm gonna do the border, and the border will be 3 front posts and 2 back posts, 3 front posts and 2 back posts, 3 front posts, and you're gonna continue until you finish with 3 front posts. That's why it's multiple 5 plus 3, because you start with 3 front posts and you want to finish with 3 front posts. That way they're even on the front. So we're gonna start with a chain of 2, because we're gonna work the post. Even they are made as a double crochet, because you're working in the front or the back of the post, they are shorter. So you have to start with 2 chain and finish with a half double crochet. So that one counts as the first front post of the 3. And you're gonna do 1 and 2, and now you do 2 back posts, 1 and 2. Now you do 3 front posts like that through the front back of the stitch. You do 3. And now you do 2 back posts. And 3 front posts. Like that, you're gonna continue all the way to the end, and you're gonna finish with your 3 front posts, but the last one is a half double crochet. So I will show you when I get there how you're gonna finish this row here at the end. But you have to continue 3 front posts and 2 back posts. Here I have 3 left, and they are front posts. So you have to do 2 front posts, and the last one, because it's the chain, you don't can do a post, but you'll do a half double crochet. That way is at the same height as this post. So now you're gonna chain 2, turn your work around, and now you're gonna work as you see your work. Now those 2 front posts will be back posts in this side, so you do your 2 back posts, and now the 2 back posts that you did, they are front posts in this row. You will do 2 front posts. And now the 3 front posts, they are back posts. So you'll see there, you have to do them as back posts. 3 of them. When I finish this one, you'll see that if I turn my work around, those 3 back posts will be front post. Here. You see? So you're gonna continue working until you have the desired width at the border, and you're gonna repeat what I just showed you now. You'll be doing your 3 front posts, 2 back posts, 3 front posts, and then in the reverse you'll do the reverse of what you did in the right side, and start to take shape or hood. So after we finish with that width, we cut the yarn, lose the tail, and then we make the tassel or pom-poms. For mine, I'll do tassels. And I want to work off camera, and I'll let you know how many row in total. Remember this here that you see up already is row number 12, the last row of increase. And then I did row number 13, and I'm working on row number 14. Here I'm going to finish row number 16 with the chain. I'm going to cut the yarn, lose that tail. And this is how it looks so far, and I love it. So now we're gonna make the tassels, and I'll show you how to do that, and just sew them here, and we're done. I cut 2 strands of yarn the same length, and they measure 45 centimeters long. So I'm gonna grab one, and this little case is fantastic for what I'm gonna do. But I know you guys don't have one of these cases around because not everybody wants to learn Spanish. And the coincidence that you have a book like this is gonna be pretty much none. But you can use a DVD case for a disc. It will be perfect for this. Or even a book. You can use a book. You open the book in the middle and pass your yarn through the back of the book to inside the pages, you know, and work the same. But you have to have the right size book that you want for the length of your tassels. So here I'm gonna tie like here, like that, but I don't want to do a knot or anything, just like that. Nice and loose. I'm gonna close it here, And now I have that in the center. I'm gonna wrap around my yarn. And each time that I come here to the back, that's one. No, I got the strand of yarn that I have here on the side. Okay, let me do this again. Okay, so that is one. That is 2, 3, 4. Each time I get to the back is when I count. So I'm gonna wrap around 60 times, but if I get to 50 and I like the amount that I have, I will leave it in 50. But if it's not, I'll do some more. If I get to 60 and it's not enough, I will continue wrapping around until I have my desired amount of strand of yarn. So remember to count how many you do in the first one, because you want exactly the same in the second one. So I will continue off camera and I'll let you know how many times I will wrap my yarn around. Here I wrap around 75 times. So I went 15 over of my 60. I'm gonna cut here the yarn. And now I'm gonna pull the strand of yarn. That's why I did a knot in the center and the other on the other side. And here I'm gonna bring it right to the center. And I'm gonna do a double knot. So that's, you have it like this, you cross them, and you do one knot and another knot. And that's a double knot. You bring it there, tie it. Not too tight, because you don't can tie as tight as you want, because they are still attached here to each other. So with your scissors, you're gonna cut them. These are very sharp scissors, but there's so much yarn here that it takes a bit to get it through. There you go. You have it here like this. Now you're gonna do is tie your knot really tight, and I'm gonna do a single knot. And I'm gonna do another single knot. If you have a different way to make the tassels, go ahead and you do it your way. But this is the way I do mine. It's nice and easy. Now I cut a strand of yarn, or 2 strands of yarn, because they had to be the same. Remember, this one that I cut here, there's 2 of them, the same length is for the 2 tassel. So cut another one. Mine is around 66 centimeters long, and I'm gonna put it under here. And here is where you have to make sure your 2 little head of the tassel, the ghost head, they are the same. I'm gonna do again a double knot here. So I already made the other one. This one here measure around 3.5 centimeters here. And that's how I know the length I give to the other one, and that's right in place. Here's the other one. So I do a knot there, and what I'm gonna do is wrap around one of my strands one way, leaving a tail to tie them. I think that's enough. And now I'm gonna wrap the other one the other way. So I wrap that one a little more than this one. So let me see where they are. Here they are. So what I'm gonna do now, again, do a double knot here. Oh, I did a single knot there, sorry. And double knot to secure my yarn. It's better to secure them really well and know that the thing fall apart on you once you wear it a couple of times. So I'm going to do again one single knot, and here you're going to need another crochet hook. Here another single knot, because the one we're using is a little too thick, so I have a thinner one. I'm going to pass it in between the yarn that we wrap around, and I'm going to pass these tails through the inside down one at a time, and now the other one, and that can be cut the length that I want for my strand to be. Once you have the two of them the same, you'll cut them the length that you like for yours. This is my two. So now I'm gonna cut them around here, and then I'll show you how to attach them to your piece. And we are almost done. Something that I wanted to mention before I cut mine is that you have to make sure that your strands of yarns that you're gonna use to attach your tassel to your hood, they are to the side, because you don't want to cut them. You want them nice and long. And mine, I'm gonna cut them around here, nice and long. I don't want them too short. So you have to make sure that all the strands are down before you cut them. And they're even, so you see. I finished cutting mine, and once you finish cutting, you grab them and you check them to make sure that the two of them are exactly the same length, like that. And make sure that you don't cut these ones, so they will look like this. So now we're gonna attach them. Now to attach them, what I'm gonna do is with the crochet hook, I'm gonna pass one strand of yarn through here to this side, and now this one I'm gonna pass it to the other side. I'm gonna cross them in there like this. I'm gonna pull them nice and tight in there, and I'm gonna cross them in the front here, and the front and the back. Okay, and then this strand of yarn I'm gonna pass it again through here for the same place. And it's gonna look like that in there. You see, really nice. And here I'm gonna do a double knot and a single knot, and whatever strand of yarn I have left, I will weave it a little bit with my tapestry needle inside here, and whatever I have left I will cut to make sure this is attached really well. Well, don't want this falling apart after you use it a few times. So I'm gonna finish this one with the other one. I'll show you the end result. I want to show you one more time how you're gonna attach them. So I'm gonna pass here in first the first little hole here that you have in between the chain and the post. You're gonna pass one strand of yarn to from the inside out, and the other one from the outside in. Okay. You see that cross there? You're gonna pull that. You're gonna cross your strand in the front, bring it to the back, cross them in the back, and then this one you're gonna pass again through that hole. That way you have the two strands in the inside, and here the inside we're gonna do the double knot, a single knot, and loose the tail, and it will be attached like that. Well, it looks amazing. This is the end result like this. It will look like this. the tassels at the end like this. I love this piece. I'm gonna put it on my model and I will show you the end result. For this I use 1 ball of yarn of 128 grams or 245 meters. I showed you at the beginning of the video 2 balls of yarn because I thought that I'm gonna use more than 1 because the tassel, but with 1 was more than plenty. I just have a little bit like this much left. So with 128 grams is enough for this adult size. Well, here is the end result and I love this piece. I hope you guys like it. And here is what it looked like on the side, and in the back, the other side, and in the front. I just love this piece. I hope you guys like it and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you are not already a subscriber. And if you make this piece and you want to send me some picture, you can do it through my Facebook page, Ruby Stedman, or you can find me in my Instagram, Ruby Stedman Crochet. I wish you have a beautiful day. Bye.